Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, MC Virgo Tarot. My name's Jeanette and this is going to be the weekly reading. So I thought we'd do sort of like pick a card reading, but we're going to, if you've got like a question for the past and you want to know, what's happened, or, you want to focus on the past, then, you choose this pile here, pile 1. If you want to know your current situation and what's going on there for the week ahead, then, you choose the present. And if you're only interested in the future, then you choose this pile. I mean, there's nothing stopping you choosing 1, 2, and 3. But I thought I'd give you a choice. So I just want to say thank you and welcome to the new subscribers. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And especially on the shorts, the thumbs up and everything. I really do appreciate it. It'll help my channel and get the messages out there. So don't know how I'm going to do this or how this is going to go, but let's take a look. Let's do it with this one first. So if you've got a question about the past and wanting to know why did that happen, or, then these cards should give you that answer. So let's take a look. Okay, so regarding the past and the past situation, this is everything that happened is because you're needing to step into your own power, and it could be that you needed to step away from a work situation, and be an entrepreneur. Work on an enterprise of some sort, because here he's got a piece of paper and he's looking at what has been said, what has been written, and contemplating it. And this can also be about, dealings overseas. And so that can be, what is it called? Export and import, things like that. So if you're, I don't know, say for an example, what's the word? So if you're working like Amazon and you've got goods to sell, and things like that. So it's definitely to do with creativity and your work. And yeah, it was about being in your power, and this is feeling powerless. And this can also be about nurturing a business and working from home. But the Empress in reverse is you're not in your power. You're not feeling good about yourself. If you're a feminine, not feeling good about yourself, it could be to do with fertility issues, because it's about motherhood. The Empress is about motherhood. So if the question you're asking is anything to do with motherhood, there could be not able to get pregnant. Or if you're asking about somebody else, if you're wanting to know about your daughter, son, etc., in a relationship, a marriage, or whatever, then you may have your answer there. So there obviously was some infertility issues. Or like I said, if it's to do with business, then it's maybe not being able to get a business up and running. And it would be more than likely from home. So it'd be working on the computer, that sort of thing, in your own home. What else are they trying to say? Yeah, because this is about, well, I think if this is to do with a venture, a business of some kind, an enterprise of some kind, that the question that you're asking, then they're saying it was because of a lack of knowledge, and that you need to do, you know, some more research if you're still considering that. The reason they're saying to put your peace of mind, put your mind at rest, and have peace of mind, is that there wasn't enough knowledge about the situation for it to be successful. So it wasn't necessarily about you or your idea. It could have been more about marketing, that sort of thing. So that's what they're saying. It was a lack of knowledge as to why maybe this didn't work. And again, if it's to do with a pregnancy and fertility, and you know, some people do have to you know, go to a fertility clinic, and maybe that's also another reason. So you know, depends who's watching. Oh, right, okay, let's move this up here and get some more. Yeah, because something was out of balance. Something was out of balance, whatever the situation is for you. Wasn't able to manage the situation, or there wasn't enough funds. There wasn't enough funds to do this creative project or this enterprise of some sort. There, you know, there might not have been enough funds. You might have gone for a loan, and the loan was turned down. So therefore, you know, you weren't able to put things in place. And that can also be to do with, you know, especially if someone needs to go to a fertility clinic. I mean, that's not cheap. Oh, sorry, the sun's all coming in, but that's a good thing. It's shining the light on something. So, you know, that's very expensive too. But there is, or maybe you gained some sort of insight about something. So all wasn't lost. You know, at the end of the day, it was just an experience, and you did gain a lot of knowledge, even though there was, or it could have been some sort of, because this represents like authority, but education also, education and knowledge, you know, so getting the knowledge through education. But yeah, so, but it looks like you did gain some truth around the situation. This can also be, another question might be to do with parents and parent issues, you know, and the truth, depending on what your question is. But yeah, this is about a new concept, a new idea, how to do something differently. Because here, and this is the before tarot, so this is what happens before an event. So, but we are talking about the past. We're talking about the past. So if this doesn't fit, then this reading isn't for you. But yeah, so it caused, you know, disappointment and hurt. What's the word they're trying to say? Disappointment, hurt, like a grieving. So you went through a grieving period. But it feels like, you know, like I said, you gained some clarity. The Ace of Swords is all about clarity, and the sun came through. So you gained some clarity through this situation. And even though, you know, it was painful, disappointing, feeling rejected, you know, you did gain something. So let's have a look, see what if it's about love and you're interested in love, then we'll take an angel card. Yeah, healing family issues. So it could be to do with something, like I said, to do with the family. Could be to do with a mother situation. Either way, yeah. But like I said, you've gained clarity there. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And I think I just done a short for Love Storytellers Row, which is all about releasing, you know, your ex. But you can do the same with, you know, forgiving your parents. You can write everything down on a piece of paper, because then it gets out of your mind, and then on the paper, and you can, you know, do a ritual and light a candle, and do affirmations that, you know, you lovingly and willingly release and let this go, and then you can burn that paper, and the ashes you can bury in the soil, because you're then using the elements, which is very, very healing. So, but you know, your love life will benefit if this is to do with that. And let's see, they will, the best they can, answer if you've got a question regarding this. So yeah, whatever the situation is to do with the past, and maybe wanting to sort something out, to do with family, it feels like they're telling you to wait, because, you know, you've got the sword of truth here, and you've got that there. I feel they're saying you need to wait and do the ritual, do the inner work first. So this week you need to wait, do the inner work first. So I do hope that answers or your question. Like I said, it'll either resonate or it won't, and then that way you know that's not for you. But that is concerning something in the past, and you can look at it many ways. But we'll now go on to the present. So if you're wanting to know about a current situation, we'll see what the cards will say about the current situation. So for the week ahead, I mean, it's timeless at the end of the day, you know, but it gives you some sort of direction, doesn't it? So yeah, so this week, you know, you need to be you need to be like a superwoman or a superman, depending on who's watching. You know, so it's about getting things done, and so she can literally do everything. She's such a multitasker, and she's great with money. So you need to be focused on your money this week, and you know, using it wisely. I'm even getting thrifty, maybe needing to be thrifty. So save where you can, even if you have to shop around a little. They're saying this week is a time of being thrifty, and she is very thrifty. Yeah, because you know, there needs to be some sort of balance. Now, this could be to do with a court case. You know, it can be to do with divorce. It can be to do with, you know, the court system, anything like that. So sort of institutions, solicitors. So maybe if for you, you are going through that, and you know that costs a lot of money. So maybe, you know, one scenario would be that you need to save where you can, because they're saying every penny counts, and that way. But you know, justice will prevail. Yeah, and is it to do with a home of some sort. But either way, something will be completed. So if you can, well, they're even saying, like, I mean, some people say, you know, pay off your mortgage, and others say don't. So, I mean, you have to do the research yourself and see what feels right for you. But we do have a property in the background here, and you know, this can come under property, and but it's like a foundation and something solid. So that could be one scenario, but at the end of the day, you know, it's something to celebrate. So this week, well, if it's this week, so getting you know, your tasks done puts you in a good position. And like I said, for some reason they were saying about being thrifty. Yeah, you may need to take some time out to go within, because this is like a wise old soul, and he goes within, and you know, he looks at the light, the lantern, and follows that, because he's not worried about where he's going. He just because the star is in here, and that represents, you know, you're the star, so the light. Yeah, so she might need, or he might need, depending who it is, needs some solitude, because there might be a lot of things going on. Now, the Empress keeps coming up quite a few times in reverse. This means, you know, the feminine feels disempowered for some reason, whether it's regarding justice and the court system, or something to do with a divorce. But yeah, she seems to feel not in her power around this situation. So your focus is to go within and maybe not listen to everything that's happening in this situation, and go within to regain your strength. And you are going to do that. You're going to regain your strength for this week. So by the end of the week, you know, you should feel better about this situation. But they are 3 major arcana cards, and so is this one, so that's 4. So it looks like there's something major going on for you if you've chose this pile. What else were they wanting to say? But you do have the strength. This could be property also. You know, if there's another scenario could be, you know, if you're a landlady or a landlord, and there's been some issues with property, then, you know, justice is going to balance it out, and so that there's fairness, because there's a lot of like property issues and everything going on at the moment, and like small claims. Is it small claims? Small claims courts, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, let's get another card out on that to see why she's in reverse. That can be like a business from home. That can represent a business from home, and, or like I said, it can be to do with infertility, not being able to get pregnant. But again, it's like justice will prevail. It can be anything. But let's get a card out, see what it says. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to take that one because it was there. Yeah, again, it's about being patient, because you're needing to gain some sort of perception, maybe different perception on this situation. So yeah, it's about making a sacrifice. and it's usually about making a sacrifice of something with lesser value for something far greater. But if you are interested in your love life and you want to know, then the romance angels will speak now. Oh, healing family issues. Literally just had that one for pile number 1, the past. So if you want to check that one out, you might get a few questions answered there. So seems to be a lot to do with family issues at the moment, and you know, any fallouts that have happened, especially over the last sort of 3 years, because you know, different situations and people being aware and awake compared to those that aren't so much. There could have been separations in the family, but they're saying your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So it's doing the work on the inner child. But watch maybe the first one, and then I go into how you can deal with that. So because you can do rituals of forgiveness, and it can only benefit you by doing that. And if you want to pause your video or ask a question, they will, the best they can, answer your question. Helpful people. So yeah, it feels like whatever the situation, current situation for you. So if this doesn't resonate, then this reading's not for you, because this is about the current situation. It isn't something in the past, and it isn't something in the future. This is something that's happening now, right now. And they're saying, you know, no matter what help you need, no matter what support you need, there are people there ready and willing to help you. So whether that's to do with infertility, to do with pregnancy, to do with a home situation, to do with parents, because she is a mother, so it can be your parents. If it's to do, you know, with your mother or a female role, then, you know, there's a lot of help out there, and you just need to go within, and then you will be guided as to, you know, because you're going to get that light bulb moment. You're going to get the light bulb moment, and there's helpful people there ready and waiting to help you. So there we go. I'm not very good at this pick a card thing. I pressed the wrong button for the other one, so I'm going to have to get my sister to join them up, I'm afraid. So on that one, I forgot to ask if you'd please like, share and subscribe and all of that. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Oh, I actually did it this time, so learned how to pause. So this is pile 3. This is all about the future, okay? So this is something that hasn't happened yet. And so let's take a look. This is hasn't happened yet. This is the future. Now this can be the near future, or it can be 6 months down the line. But in the near future or 6 months down the line, you know, there's going to be a lot of transformation, a lot of needing to let go. There's major changes coming in, and it's all about, you know, the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. Or for some, it could be literally the end of a book. You know, and that's symbolic. So take that, whatever that means to you. But you know, the sun is there, the sun is shining, it's out, it's risen, and you know, it's the cycle of life, and you know, but yeah, a lot of transformation. So it could be something to do with Pluto, because Pluto's all about self-empowerment and you know, stepping into your power and transformation. But yes, so there's going to be some um, rife or arguments, petty quarrels and arguments. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, they're sat there. It's not as though they're swords and they're beaten up. You know, it's just, it can even be, if it's like to do with work, if you're interested in work or your career, it could even be like brainstorming, you know, or it could be the end of this pattern happening. So, because this is like in the workplace, yeah, and there will be a need for recovery, recouping after this situation. So, if it's to do with a career move, um, this is like saying choose your battles, and know when it's time to move on, they're saying. But the Four of Swords is all about being in a recovery position. Usually on the cards, they're alone, you know, but there's somebody present here. So I'm even feeling that it could be to do with like a hospital as well, and being in a hospital bed, and somebody coming to visit. But either way, you know, it's a bit like they're unconscious, but he is in his prayer position. And even I'm getting the image of a Snow White for some reason. And yes, that's usually the other way around. She's led there and it's him. But um, you know, it can be that the feminine is the one that wakes the other person up, because obviously he's either semi-conscious or asleep. But it's after some sort of hurt and pain. Like I said, it could be petty quarrels and argument, or it could be something major. Yeah, there was something not wanting to see. Um, but with this one, which I love, her blindfold's not on. She's lifted it up. And in this picture, there's like two other people, and she sat there calmly. And these are like putting their swords up as though to fight again. So there's something around like fighting, like a duel. In the olden days, they'd be like a duel, wouldn't they? So that could involve two people, and then she or he, it doesn't matter, is thinking, you know, like torn between her heart and her head. So this is the energies that could be coming through. Yeah, very defeating, depleting energy, it feels like. But this is like saying, because he carries all these batons or whatever you call them. So this is 5, this is 10, and is this 10? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So this is like he's heading towards his castle, and so home, heading towards home, and feeling exhausted. And this can be people pleasing as well, and maybe that's why that's there. So any sort of people pleasing, it's a no, not to do that, because it's also oppression as well. But it can be taking on too much, not being able to delegate, and then, you know, can't carry all those ideas or tasks. But yeah, lovely. What a lovely outcome. But yeah, that's where you're heading. You're nearly there. You're nearly there. And you know, there's wealth there. It's just a little bit further. So not to give up. So if this happens in the future, then, you know, that's what it's saying, you know, not to give up and to keep going, because the financial rewards are out of this world. So Yeah. And if you are interested in love, they will the best they can show you what's going on, because this is the future. Okay, so in the future, like I said, it can be the near future. You need to pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So, you know, the red flags are to do with you need to take a look at something. So maybe that's why that's there. You need to take a look at something. It can be a warning that you're going back down the same path. And that's why they're there. It's a bit like going out to sea, isn't it? They put the two red flags and you can swim in between, because that's they've learned to watch the currents and know the area and know when it's high tide or whatever. So it's symbolic to your relationships. Your guides know. You know your patterns, know your heart, and you know, it's not about blindly going into something. So pay attention to any red flags. Now, it doesn't need to be major, as in, you know, end in a relationship. It just means there's something that needs to be worked on. And the other two were about healing of family issues, which help, you know, with your love life and that. So if you want to ask a question, they will the best they can answer you. Yeah. So in the near future, need to be paying attention to red flags. And that's what this could be, actually. But whatever your question was, then, you know, they are saying yes. And, you know, her arms are open and it's, it's like, yes. Would I say it's a firm yes? No. So, but they're also saying you need to be saying yes. And the candle just went out. You need to be saying yes. So if you're dating, and to practice and take, you know, get rid of those patterns, it's a good idea to date people and to see how far you've grown, and, you know, say yes, and then be aware, be present. And then, but be relaxed. Don't look for the red flags, but just pay attention to them if they come up, I feel is what they're saying. So there we go. I do hope those messages help. Like I said, that's for the weekly. I'm just trying this out. It might not work, but it's like past, present and future. So if it resonates, you'll know. If it doesn't, then either choose another pile, or you know, it's just not for you, maybe this week. There we go. I do hope the messages help. Please like, share and subscribe. Join me over on Love Storyteller Tarot. And hopefully my sister puts everything in the description box, like for my book, my website, etc. And what was I going to say? With the shorts, then, you know, look in the description box, because I do give other examples, because it's like 60 seconds just to put a little taster out, and then it gives you more information that might resonate with you more. Okay, then I will see you here on the shorts, and check out the monthlies, and if they go okay, then I'll continue and I'll do the monthlies for May. Okay, lots of love. Namaste.